If you have a dog that pulls, barks and lunges towards other dogs out on walks, then make sure to watch this video, because today we have a one-to-one training session with Frank, a lovely miniature Dachshund, absolutely stunning. However, he does get way too excited when he sees other dogs. So today we're going to focus on the boundaries and the guidance that we can provide him with to make sure that he's making those right choices instead. It's going to be really interesting. Make sure to stay tuned. If you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button and turn your notifications on as well. So generally, as puppies, we always recommend crate training.
Yeah, he's crate trained.
He is crate trained.
Yeah,
okay,
so
cool.
He's really good with this. He sort of stays and we let him stay in bed with us, like.
And you guys left the room, or have you stayed in?
The room,
okay. Okay. So that might be something that we can focus on. Maybe a crate train exercise that gets him used to you guys popping him in the crate, leaving the room, and of course from there we build on duration and distance so that you guys can of course leave the home as well. Yeah. No allergies, cool. Yeah, definitely seems quite food motivated. Any Frank? Any crate? That's fine. So little things then. So if we are struggling to lure him into the crate at the moment, what I'll probably say is, one, with his food, you're going to have a look at food motivation outside anyway. And if we feel like we might need to increase that food motivation, we're probably going to have to ask you guys to, when you put the food bowl down in the morning, give him about 15 minutes. After that, pick it up, try again in about an hour, pop it down again, leave it down for 15 minutes, doesn't eat it, pick it up, wait until next meal time. Okay. Yeah, just to kind of, what we want to do for him psychologically is teach him actually food isn't always available. Yeah, so that when he sees it, he has more value in it. And then when you pop it down as well, I'd say pop it down now. So pop it down next to the crate, pop it in the crate. Or what you can do, get a few bits, chuck it in there. He goes in there, he eats, happy days. He's starting to build up a positive association to going in there, kind of on command. Yeah, when you want him to. Yeah, and then from there, once he's quite comfortable, again, we're not going to shut the door. So if he's so used to only going in the crate and we're shutting the door, yeah, we're probably not going to do that. So what we're going to do is start to get him in the crate, and then we can start to lure him into the crate. He goes into the crate, good crate, reward, yeah, take a step away, come back, good crate, reward, and start to repeat that process. No, he's avoiding it like the plague, isn't he? Yeah. Okay, so if you start seeing that, don't stress about it. Yeah, just, okay, give it 15 minutes. If you need to, pick it up. Yep. Yeah, try again in an hour. Yeah, it might be 1, 2, 3, 4 meal times. And then he'll be like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to go in there and eat it. Yeah, it might be very quick going in there, eating it, come back out. Yeah. But that's fine. Yeah, it's just about him starting to build up that positive association to him being in the crate, and also him not expecting you to close the door on him straight away. There's other things that we can have a look at as well, which I might mention to you, depending on how he is outside when it comes to listening to you overall, right? It might be simple things like, i.e. jumping on a bed, I might have that as invitation only, as an example, yeah? But we can certainly have a look at that. So if you guys are ready, what we can do is we can take him out for a walk, yeah, see how he is outside. Yeah, that's nice focus, that's really good focus. So you can reward, you can reward him for that good focus. So if you go for a little recall now, just see how he is. Oh, that's nice.
Too far on the lead.
So the way I would build it up is, you know how he's kind of walking with us and really focusing on you as he's coming off the road, right? That's essentially what I want to upkeep for a period of time, so that he's understanding the best place to be is right by your side, and we're rewarding him for that good behaviour. That's when I start to incorporate that on this lead, but then also release him to go sniff and go do what he wants at times as well. So there's that bit of balance. Then from there, I'd move him onto a long line, where it's quite a light long line, maybe 10 meters, something like that. So it's dropped on the ground. Yeah, so we're going a bit more hands-free now, and it's there in case we need to step on it or in case we need to pick it up. Yeah. And then from there, because it's quite a light long line, what you start doing is start chopping that down until eventually there's no line at all. Yeah, but that's essentially the way to build them up, to being off lead again. The issue with kind of, you know, those dog parks where he can be off the lead and playing with other dogs, during the kind of training process, especially if we're looking at recall as well, we need to, again, change how he feels when he sees other dogs, as opposed to right now he might think, see a dog, oh my God, it's the best thing ever because, you know, we get to play, all right? What we need to do is start to shift that mentality where he's understanding actually what's more valuable or more interesting is focusing on you and engaging with you. Yeah, through training, which will be like play for him, right? Then from there, you kind of teach him, actually, no, dogs aren't that interesting. Dogs are quite neutral. Teach him how to be neutral. And then it's much easier to gain those recalls as well, away from distractions too. If we just have a look at a little bit of heel walking, just whilst there's no distractions, see if he's into this. Frank, buddy, all right. Heel, Frank, here you go. Here you go. Oh. Ready? Cool. So let's borrow the lead. Yeah. Thank you. Ready? Frank. Focus up. If I get focusing without jumping, that would be ideal.
Yeah.
Frank, heel. Good. Good sausage. Come on, buddy. That's very good. Frank, heel. Good. That's much better. Come on, buddy. Ready, Frank, heel. So you can see here, if I'm doing lots of this with him, yeah, and he's getting rewarded for being in this little space here, you can imagine, right, he's understanding actually this is the best place to be. So when it comes to the recall, it's very easy to bring him back because he already knows it's the best place to be. So when we have a look at recall training, we've got to lay down these foundations first. So he understands, much easier to come back to a place he already knows is the best place. Yeah. Frank, heel. Good, well done. Heel, good boy, heel. Very good. That's much better. You can see I'm already creating a bit of a gap between his snout and the food. Yeah. Yeah, Frank? So I still want that solid focus if I can. Frank, heel. Good. So you might have a look at switching them over. It's all right to pass you that for now. Just want to have a look at his collar, if that's all right. So you see how the collar was sitting by the shoulders? You see where I'm fitting it now? Yeah. Right behind the ears. So generally when you have a bit of equipment which goes right behind the ears, that's going to give you a lot more control, because essentially when we use a bit of equipment, we only have to control the weight of his head, as opposed to if it's down by his shoulders, you've got the whole weight of his body. So what we're going to have a look at is heels. He's heeling on one side, yeah, whether that be the right side, let's say for example, the lead's in your left hand here. There we go, and then he's getting heel walking again. So he's just going to be focusing on that hand as we're walking, right? That's what the heel means. Yeah, just focusing on that hand as we're walking. Good, lovely. Lovely. So try not to allow him to pull on it. So it's going to be different to the harness, right? Because he's on a collar, we're going to make sure there's not that strain there. So if I feel like we need to, we might switch him over from the collar to maybe a slip lead. That might just then have to focus on the actual handling as well.
I was doing that completely wrong.
That's okay. Ready? So now he's working on a short lead. So essentially now, goal is to keep that lead nice and loose. So just a little bit of lead handling. Just trying to keep that lead nice and loose. Good lad. So if I pass your lead back, let's have a little look at that, yeah? Yeah. That's looking better. Good boy, Frank. Well done. If he does start walking nicely for a period of time, you can reward him as well. Yeah. Lovely. So when you feel ready to, you can start to incorporate that heel as well. It's the same thing as what we were doing earlier. This time it should be a little bit easier on this lead as well. So again, you want that nice visual, clear, loose lead. Yeah, and then the right hand will just come down, being that visual cue for the heel walking as well. You ready? Yeah, good. Looking better. Good. Good boy, heel. Lovely. Yes, nice loose lead if you can there, Kev. Yeah, perfect. Stuff. Good. Lovely. Just be ready as you do feed him that treat. Just be ready to make sure he doesn't shoot too far forward. Right, if I borrow the lead just one more time. Yeah, just imagine there's a mirror here. So when I'm going to use my left hand for you, it'll be the right hand if he's on your right for treats. I'm just going to hold the lead. Instead of holding it by the handle up here, I might just hold it slightly shorter, but it's still slack, but just notice how I bring my lead hand all the way across my body now. Yeah, so again, the control is still here with Frank. Yeah, what I'm going to do here. Yeah, Frank. Yeah, let's get him to heel. Ready? He's healing. Ready? Good, that's better. Good stuff. Here we go. Nice about the lead. Have a little look at that. If it feels a little bit too awkward, don't worry about it so much. Lovely. And then you can ask him to heel as well. Frank. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so just try and get him looking up so that hand can come down low and just re-engage him. Yeah, and then back up when you're ready. Yeah, so for me, Kev, what we're looking for is like Frank heel, boom.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
low and then back up. Yeah, so he's looking up again. Yeah. So think about the hand just being like a visual cue for him to understand where to be looking. Frank heel. Good. Good stuff. Cool. So if you can do as well, when you go Frank heel, get in focus for about 3, 4, 5 steps. Good. And then reward. Yeah, to try and get a bit of duration every time. Frank heel. Yeah. Nice little laser focus there, mate. That was very good. Very clever, buddy. Frank heel. Boy, very good. And heel. Good. Much better. A lot calmer. Good boy. Lovely. Really, really good. Much better. Give you one little tip as well. You know with the jumping up?
Yeah.
If you go to feed him, he jumps up. Don't feed him.
Right.
Just get him walking again. Make sure we only reward him. He's all fours. Yeah. Another thing you can do is just make sure you lower it when you go to feed him, so he's all the way down. That's when he eats it. Nice, lovely. Good stuff. And again. Let's go for a 7 if we can. Good. Lovely. That's really nice focus. Beautiful. Let's go for 9 if we can. Good. Perfect. Solid focus. Really good. Wow, what an awesome session there with Frank. We saw a massive difference already in his behaviour when passing other dogs on walks, and him actually engaging with the handler and understanding it's much more interesting to focus on the handler than it is to focus on those distractions such as other dogs. So really nice session there. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Of course, if you have, don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe and turn your notifications on as well.